amigos. I cannot with no zeros.
Don't you know? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
56.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Carry now for Rob Kelly. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. They'll drop to throw, and he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are
trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This one taken from the 7. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Back to throw. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A give to Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
That's it. Big hit. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. He'll drop to throw. And he spots Henderson open left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Incomplete. Clay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw here. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Allen's got it over the middle, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
4 down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Gun!
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, this to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll pitch it to Kelly. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
And we saw him shed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Back to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Again, it's Henderson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty costs some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And an alley to run. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Again, this is Kelly. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On the carry is Henderson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, it's Henderson, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So out come the Chargers, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, they have been superb, 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. He's got a man, it's Williams. That'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now back to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Cleveland, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.